Fabulous. The Wedding Present live in session with Hot Wheels. David, welcome back to the programme.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having us back.
It really is always a pleasure. And before we get into, well, you know, when we get talking, we do go on a bit.
Yeah.
So we'll try and keep...
We've got a programme to do here, so let's keep it short.
We'll keep an eye on it, but there will be a few diversions. But before we get to all that, would you mind introducing your bandmates, please?
Oh, we'd have to do that. That's a waste of time.
No, really?
On the guitar and backing vocals over there, it's Rachel Wood. And on the drums, it's Christopher Hardwick. And on the bass, it's Stuart Hastings.
Fabulous, okay. And so it is, the Wedding Present are 40 years old. Happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
It's wild to think that, isn't it?
It is, because, in my mind, that's like status quo or, the Rolling Stones or something. Not me. I'm one of the new kids.
Yeah.
40 years, ridiculous.
But you think of like the Rolling Stones talking, I remember you see interviews with them and they're about, 26, 27, they're going, B.B. King, he's in his 40s and he's still going. And there's Mick Jagger now, 82 or whatever he is.
Yeah.
And it is quite mind-blowing, but quite right at the same time. And so before we get into the Wedding Present kind of story at the moment and what's going on, there's always plenty going on. We were talking before about first gigs, and I've said it on air before. My first gig was Mott the Hoople, supported by Queen. And I asked you, David, what your first gig was. And I was a little surprised, and I shouldn't be, but what was it?
It was Rick Wakeman, the keyboard player from Yes, because I was a fan of Yes, but at that time it was his solo stuff, and he'd just done King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table, I think.
Right, okay.
But I loved the previous album as well, Journey to the Centre of the Earth. So when I saw him, it was that era, the Stafford Bingley Hall. And so it was quite a trek from Manchester, actually. But I loved it.
Yeah, that is serious, because he wasn't playing at the Free Trade Hall just round the corner. No. You had to make a real effort to get to Stafford, to the Bingley Hall. Yeah. And do you know that he did the King Arthur on ice?
Yeah.
All that stuff.
Yeah.
Do you know why he did it on ice?
No.
Because the Wembley had been booked out for like 3 weeks for an ice show, an ice spectacular.
Oh, right.
And so they just
adapted it.
Yeah, 2 nights left, and they're going, you can have it, but it's going to be a lot of ice, it's going to be a bit slippery. When, well, it's King Arthur on ice. And so, adaptable.
I didn't know that.
That's why he's doing so well for himself, obviously. So, all right, then let's get to grips with the fact that there is a play, a Wedding Present play. So, can you explain the premise and how it came about?
Oh, it's a musical, and I just met this person called Matt Aston. It's before the pandemic, actually, and he's a musical writer, producer, director, quite well known. And he said, I want to do a Wedding Present musical, and he started talking about it and said, I've got to stop you right there, Matt, because I'm not sure I even like musicals, and B, I know nothing about it whatsoever, that format, really. And he was like, the lyrics really lend themselves to it.
But they do.
Now I've seen it, it makes total sense. And so basically, because it's like 300 songs now as well, so he just picked certain songs that tell little stories, and he joined them all up and then kind of filled in the gaps, really. And it was marvellous, to be honest. I was taken aback how good it was. And not only me, Wedding Present fans were going to it, and I was there a few nights, and then we're going, yeah, David, we're not really sure about this,
Right.
We're only coming because it's you. And then they were coming out with, like, welling up and going, that was fantastic, it was, because they were so talented, these people, it's a different world.
Yeah, musicals, thorny kind of subject.
It's Marmite, isn't it?
Really, because I remember Trace and I, way back in the day, in the 80s, we went to see Sweeney Todd at the Library Theatre, really looking forward to it, sat there, and then it starts, and the curtain goes up and everything. This guy comes out, Sweeney Todd, and then he goes, I'm Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street. And me and Trace looked at each other like, oh, cobblers to this. And so we lasted the first half and then scarpered. We didn't know it was a musical. So now you're alongside Queen and ABBA, The Lion King, Evita.
Richard Hawley, even.
Richard Hawley has done one, of course he has, okay. And so, but we've touched upon it there. Your songs are like short stories, aren't they?
And it works really well, because... obviously, people have said before, if they see my lyrics, it's almost like a dialogue from a play or a monologue or whatever. And he just adapted it and had them like duets and that. And it was funny hearing like proper singers do it compared to me. I'm like, oh, they actually sound great when these people sing them. So no, it was, yeah, they're so. I was taken aback. There was like 15 people in the cast, and they were all like actors, singers, dancers. They could all play 5 instruments, and they were all like late 20s, early 30s. And I was like, I thought my job was hard. These like doing 4 times as much as me.
Right.
It was it was great to watch. It was just a limited run in Leeds for 2 weeks. But he wants to take it on tour, and I think it's to do with getting an art council grant because it's such an expensive thing to do in musical,
Sure.
and it's obviously a minority audience. But I hope he gets a chance to do that because it's. I mean, it sounds a bit weird, but I was a bit worried because I didn't want my reputation to be tarnished by association with something if it was a bit rubbish.
But that's it. No, it's a fair point because if it was
I hate
really
saying it, but
Yeah.
like, musical.
You don't know, do you? I mean,
No, you don't.
Even if you like musicals, it still could have been crap.
Exactly.
You know, so I mean, good job I'm not a critic, isn't it? I mean, I'm not lucky enough to have seen it actually. Michelle saw it and she said it
Did
was.
you see it, Michelle? Oh,
Michelle went to see it.
Did you like it? Yeah, it was putting a thumbs up. That's not good for radio, that is it? Asking people. that are
No,
not in the
she's
studio.
only been in radio 35 years. She'll get the drift of it before too long. And again, you see, like you said, people were getting quite emotional. But I read a great piece about the play, actually, by Dave Simpson in The Guardian.
Oh, yeah.
And he was saying that you said at one particular point in time that people do kind of almost... Well, they thank you for helping them through difficult situations because your song's about relationships and things, and it kind of like men aren't supposed to be emotional, all that kind of thing, but they can sit down and have a good old weep, if they need to, like a bit cathartic kind of thing.
Yeah, I do get that quite a lot, really, and I never know what to say, because it's not like I'm doing it as a public service. I'm not like a like a psychiatrist, and all I do is write these songs. And for my own benefit, really, for my own career.
Yeah.
But they do have that effect on people, and obviously it's very heartening if people say, "Oh, you've really helped me at this time." But
maybe we should be able to get the wedding present on the NHS.
Yeah, I should get a little grant or something, shouldn't I, for doing this?
I think so. Do you know, I was looking through some previous emails between yourself and I stumbled across this one from 2020. And it was for your first graphic novel. Okay. And so it starts with me going, blimey, I didn't realise it was so mammoth, talking about the actual item itself. What a great thing to do. It's fabulous. Right, is this okay? You asked me to write a blurb. And I put, this is brilliant, like a high-end storyboard for a wedding present biopic that will probably never get made. Which is kind of like almost come to fruition, really, but it's not a film yet.
What do you mean, the musical?
Yeah, the musical.
No, it's not about the wedding present.
But it's you. It's
well, it's weird that because it is a fictional drama, but I'm kind of in it a little bit.
Of course
there's definitely bits of me in there because one of the characters goes to Seattle, which is what I did, and now there's a bit in Brighton. The things
United
like that.
supporter.
I don't think there's football in it. Yeah, we don't talk about that. We said we weren't going to talk about United.
Yeah, sorry, mate.
What are you bringing that up for?
Sorry, mate. Sorry.
So
okay.
annoying.
Right, you've got the tour, and it's a lengthy tour, as is often the case. So it starts tomorrow. Some people already straining at the leash. That will be in Chester at the Live Rooms. And then we've got the 28th of September, Belfast. That's the Empire Music Hall. The 2nd of October, we've got Lyme Regis, the Marine Theatre. 3rd of October, Academy Bristol. The 8th, the Garage in Glasgow. The 9th, Newcastle upon Tyne, the Boiler Shop. The 10th, Manchester, the Ritz. The 11th, Nottingham, Rock City. The 15th, Portsmouth, the Wedgwood Rooms. The 16th, Norwich, the Adrian Flux Waterfront. Sheffield on the 17th, that's the Lead Mill. 18th, Liverpool Academy. The 23rd, Birmingham Institute. The 24th, Oxford, that will be the Academy again. London Forum, Kentish Town on the 25th. The 16th of December, Cardiff, Tramshed. And the 17th of December, Holmfirth, the Picture Dome. The 18th of December, Buxton, the Opera House. So, they're keeping you busy.
And fascinating bit of radio we've ever heard, that one.
But you see, it is weird because we give out tour dates on air and it feels a bit laborious, but people, and I say, do you want me to do this? And they all go, yes, because we wouldn't find out otherwise. So it is some kind of public service. But, excellent stuff. Looking forward to seeing you playing one of these dates at least. You've also got Mozart Estate. Are they opening for you on every show, or is it just selected?
No, selected ones. I think it's mainly the O2 Academies, because the O2 Academy particularly wanted them. And then other ones, it's the Loft, if you remember them, the Loft.
Of course, yeah, we've had them in session recently.
Oh, great.
A few times. Yeah, of course, yeah. Okay, so you've got 2 more tunes to do for us, is that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do?
We're going to do one from a couple of years ago, 2022 actually, because we did 12 singles. And when we did 12 singles in 1992, we did them again in 2022. Well, I mean, not the same ones. So this is one of them, and it's called... I put the wrong thing on my iPad. Wait a minute.
I'm not going to fall in love with you.
It's called that, yeah. I've just got the wrong lyric there. Not that I need lyrics, I know them all, so I don't know what you're saying there, Mark.
Absolutely. Sorry, mate.
Okay, yeah, I'm not going to fall in love with you.